أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Tonight, inshallah, we are going to start the discussion of the short vowels. So far, we have covered a few lessons on the alphabet, how to make uppercase and lowercase letters, and how to join the letters. And in this lesson, we will start learning about the short vowels. We have, as for the short vowels, 3 short vowels. There are 3, and each short vowel has a special name. One is called fatha. So we write this as F-A-T-H-A because we want to make sure we don't pronounce the T and H together. It's not fatha, it's fatha, fatha. One is called fatha, the second is called kasra, and the third is thamma. So let's see what each one of these short vowels do. Now, just as the letters have a special shape for each one of them, the short vowels are special markings that are written on top of the letters or underneath the letters, and they tell us what kind of vowel the letter should be read with. For example, we have here this small marking on top of the ba. Of course, this letter here in red is the ba, and this small dash that you see on top of the ba, this is called fatha. This dash is called fatha, and it sits on top of a letter. No matter what letter it's on, it's always on top of the letter. Next, we have the kasra. We look at this blue ba here, and underneath it, we have the same kind of dash, but it's underneath the ba. If this dash is on top of the ba, then we call it fatha. And if it's underneath the ba, then it's called kasra. And lastly, we have thamma. As you see here in the green ba, there is this small waw. You remember the letter waw? This small waw that goes on top of a letter, this is called thamma. And the thamma is always on top of a letter, never under a letter. So now, what does each one of these vowel markings do? The fatha, this dash marking that goes on top of a letter, this gives an a vowel sound to a letter. What is the sound of the fatha? It is a. Next we have the kasra. What does it do to a letter? It gives the letter an I vowel sound. I. The kasra gives an I sound. Next we have the dhamma. What does the dhamma do for a letter? It gives it an O sound. O. Like we have the double O in the word wood. This is the same sound as the dhamma. O. So the sound, the vowel sound of the fatha is a. The vowel sound of the kasra is I. And the vowel sound of the dhamma is O. So now let's see how we read these when they go on top of the letter. So here we have an alif. We've written it 3 times. First is with a fatha. So an alif written with a fatha, how do we recite it? We say a. Very simple. Because the consonant sound of the alif is a. And we put a fatha on it, we say a. Because the fatha gives an a vowel sound. An alif with a kasra is I. And an alif with a dhamma is read as O. Very simple. Now we go to another letter. We go to the ba that we had written earlier. So what is the sound of the letter ba itself? The sound is b, just like the B sound in English. So when we combine the sound b with the fatha that gives a vowel sound of a, we get ba. We have b plus a, we get ba. The sound of the ba gets the fatha, so we say ba. Now when we put the kasra under the ba, remember the kasra gives an I sound, so we say bi. The dhamma gives an O sound, so when the dhamma is on the letter ba, we say bo. See, when it has the fatha, we say ba. When it has the kasra, we say bi. And when it has a dhamma, we say bo. Let's try another letter. Here we have the letter jim. The sound of the letter jim, just like the English J. The sound is j. So when we add a fatha to it, we say ja. When we add a kasra to it, we say j. And when we add a dhamma to it, we say jo. Jim with fatha is ja. Jim with kasra is j. Jim with dhamma is jo. It's very simple. You take the sound, count the sound of the letter, add the sound of the vowel to it, and you read them together. Ja, j, jo. Very easy. And all it takes to get used to it is just lots of practice. So now we're going to practice a few more letters. Here we have which letter? Yes, this is the letter dal. What is the sound of the dal itself? The sound of the consonant is d, d. So when we take the sound d and we add each one of these vowels, ah with the fatha, a with the kasra, and o with the dhamma, what do we get? We take the dal and add an ah vowel sound to it, we get da. When we add an a kasra sound to it, we get de. And when we add the dhamma that gives an o sound, we get do. So dal with fatha is da, dal with kasra is de, dal with dhamma is pronounced as do. Da, de, do. Now we have the letter lam. Take a couple seconds and try to figure it out yourself. What is the sound of the lam? L, just like the English L. So if we add a fatha to it, what are we going to say? Yes, we say la. When we add a kasra to it, what do we say? Le. When we add a dhamma to it, what do we say? Lo. Very simple. The sound l, when you add a fatha becomes la. When you add the kasra becomes le. When you add the dhamma becomes lo. And here we have the meme. We'll do the next few very quickly because you've gotten practice so far. Now you can figure it out very quickly. What's the sound of the meme? So now when we add an a sound, an a sound, an o sound to it, how are we going to read it? Meme with fatha becomes ma. Meme with kasra becomes me. Meme with dhamma becomes mo. Ma, me, mo. Next letter we have the letter ya. And what's the sound of the letter ya? When it's a consonant, it is pronounced y, just like the y in English. So we have with the fatha becomes ya. With the kasra becomes ye, and with the dhamma becomes yo. So we have ya, ye, yo. Very simple. Now if you add the fatha, the kasra, or dhamma to any other letter of the alphabet, then it's going to give you the same results. So let's do a quick recap. There are 3 short vowels in Arabic. Each short vowel has a special name. Fatha, kasra, dhamma. The fatha goes on top of a letter, like this is the dash. This dash is the fatha, it goes on top of a letter, and it gives the letter an ah sound. So when we add it to the ba, it becomes ba. The kasra goes under a letter. It's this mark that you see under the ba, and it gives the letter an eh sound. So when we add it to this ba, it becomes be. And the dhamma goes on top of a letter. It's this small waw that goes on top of a letter, and it gives the letter an o sound. So when we add it to this ba, it becomes bo. So that is the conclusion of our lesson for tonight.